going on, everybody? Ichi here, and we're back with another video of me just doing what I do. Yeah, I'm trying to commentate on these a bit more just to give them like a bit more flavor, personality. So it's not just a bland video of me just speed drawing of with some royalty music over it. That gets boring. Like I said, I'm trying to spice them up, make it more interesting for you guys. So let me know what you think. And yeah, I'm just gonna be talking about the drawing. Honestly, this piece is just from like one of my stories that I've been meaning to do, but just haven't had the time to do. And I'm just drawing the rival character. She's basically the opposite of the main character, and they're supposed to be identical. And you can see by her expression how her temperament is. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to give away too much details on it, until I actually do it. The project, comic, one shot, whatever it is. Probably a one shot though. I'm not gonna like break my back over a damn series that may not be published or whatever. Probably a one shot. Those are usually around like 20 pages or 6 to 20. Very short story. Just to get some experience and see if I like how the story goes. But yeah. And you guys gotta cut me a little slack because I'm not constantly checking my YouTube because I'm so busy, but I do read your comments and stuff. I do check, like say if you post something, like I might not see it that day, but I will see it, so just be patient with me, and I appreciate you guys. I really do. Just working on her hands here. Actually, like, I just found out the secret to drawing hands fairly recently, because I used to struggle with them, especially when like holding like objects and whatever. But like the trick is, it's kind of obvious. It's not really a secret or anything. It's just you gotta make the fingers like curl around whatever it is that you have them holding. It's like kind of easier said than like done, because it depends on the type of object it is and how they're gripping it, and like how they're positioned, and it gets complicated. But I started to pick that up, practicing that. Yep. Oh, this is the other pose that she's doing. She has this like big broadsword. It's like huge. She's able to wield it. Like, it's really cool. I mean, it's not like super original, but still cool when you see it in the story. This angle kind of sucks, but I don't know, I feel it's easier, or rather it's better to have the whole shot of the drawing so you can get a better idea of how I fill it in. Because if I turn the camera the other way, you wouldn't be able to see like the bottom part of her body, and you'll kind of lose perspective of the whole piece. So that's why I turned it sideways, but it's a little disorienting. And, you gotta turn your head and view it. Damn, I wish I could talk about the story, because that helped fill some time while I'm commentating it. I don't want to give away too much, but the setting is cool. Damn, how can I say this without I'll just wait. But she's kind of like this knight, this like black knight. She wears like, she's like fully clad in like black armor. I'm just working on that now. It's a lot trickier to get that like angle right. What do you call it? Foreshortening? Yeah, that's it. Like, you know, because if you distort it too much, you lose like the whole anatomy of the drawing. But you know, when you want to get those like bird-eyed view shots, like that's when foreshortening comes in, and like, or if you have like camera in front of the character, like their hand, they're reaching like towards the camera, then like yeah, that also comes in, and it works. But you know, you gotta be careful of it. I didn't draw her hand too well here. It looks super flat and not round. You want it to be round, because that gives it a more three-dimensional shape. But it looks very flat. But you know, what can you do? It's practice. I've been using that dip pen for like a while now. I mean, I like using it because it has, you can variate the lines, the thickness of the lines by how much pressure you apply. I do like that, and it gives, you know, certain looks to, it helps, you know, define certain expressions and emotion in your lines, so, and variety. But I don't know, I think it's the type of ink that I'm using, because like it dries up really quickly on the pen. Well, the head of it. So like, you know, when that happens, like you have to dip more because the ink is drying up. But I do like using that type of pen, G pen. You know, most Japanese artists use them, manga artists. But like, you know, there's a whole different assortment of them. But you know, this one's like the main one. You want to use this, the most versatile one. Yeah. The sword is crooked though. Like when you draw like swords and like objects that are like straight or or directly vertical, like you need to use a ruler. I was kind of lazy, and I didn't use one. You need to use one. It makes it way more accurate. I'm just filling in the main character here. I came up with her design originally in, I want to say 2000, was it 2012? I think it was 2012. And then I refined her design over the years. And I went through a lot of iterations. Well, yeah, I went through a couple. Not like over a dozen, but I went through like maybe like four different designs. But I ended up settling for this one. I really like this one because her silhouette is really cool and it stands out. So yeah, I went through a lot of designs. Well, different variants of designs to try to find the one I'm most happy with. And I'm glad I did that because this one came out way better than how I originally designed her. Like the first design was like you can tell what my influences was, and it was pretty much the generic Japanese, you know, stuff you see all the time. It was pretty generic. heavily Japanese influence. It's like I'm not making a story in Japan, you know, and I'm not Japanese, so why shouldn't my work be heavily Japanese influence, right? And that's what like most comic artists or like anime artists, manga artists, whatever you want to call them, that's what they kind of suffer from. You know, like they have to be liberated from this Japanese influence. You know, even though they're drawing like they're inspired by Japanese work, that doesn't mean your work have to be, you know, essentially reflect that culture, because you know, like you're not, well, some people aren't natively born to that, you know. So it's like, why should your work should be an extension of you and like what you bring to the table, what your background is. That should be reflected in your work, because it helps give it more personality, and that helps differentiate it from the rest, from the competition. So that's what I worked on doing when I was refining this character design. And like when you're working on different like stories that, you know, have different cultural influences, it's important to like dive into those cultures so you can better understand the world and setting you're creating. Because this story takes place in the Middle East. Like, it's like one of those old kind of traditional kind of like Middle Eastern stories, kind of like Aladdin and Alibaba, you know, those kind of stories. Sinbad, for an example of like, you know, give you some context here. But yeah, like I said, I don't want to give away too much. I rather the finished product speak for itself. But you know, I don't even know when I'll be able to work on it, because I work so much, and you know, it kind of sucks. 'Cause I wish I can draw more, but you know, gotta work, gotta eat. All right. It's gonna wrap this up for this video. Well, let me know what you guys think. If you like me just rambling on in these videos, let me know. If not, then you know, I could take that out. But I'm just trying something different, make it more interesting. Alrighty, this has been Ichi, and I'll see you guys around for the next one. Peace.